As we do with every stream, we gotta pray to the stream gods. Thank you, stream gods, for today's stream. Thank you for the energy you gave me for today's stream. Thank you for everything that you gave us, the chatters, the viewers, and the proper energy to communicate our ideas, ruin the uhs, ums, and everything in between. Have a good, great stream. It was a good stream today. Let's go. All right, guys. I think we're live everywhere. Are we live? Are we live? We're live, aren't we? All right, I think we're live. We should be live. Let's see. It's live. Okay, boom. We're live on YouTube. We're live. We're live on Twitch. Nice. We're live on YouTube. And we are live on Rumble. All right, guys, that's the thing. Let's get started with today's video. Let's jump into our first video, gang. We got the first video here. Jack Doherty doing Jack Doherty things. Let's go, boy.
I remember my brother was like, yo, Adam22 wants to do some gay shit with me. I'm like, I wasn't surprised, but I was more like, he wants to do with you? Like, that's just random, but okay.
Yeah, my PR guy is gay, and he was like, basically made like a little list of like the top gay OnlyFans creators that we could potentially do it with, and he's like, well, this one's Jack Doherty's brother. I'm like, wow, really? That's sick. I'm like, that makes it way better. Yeah,
literally, that was fun.
So you didn't even know who that was before the interview?
I didn't interview him, but we just did this photo shoot together and stuff. I knew because they told me like, yo, this is one guy that you could do it with. In retrospect, I probably should have done it with a black guy.
Why?
I just think it would have been funnier to people.
Jason Love.
So what was the actual content that they ended up making? Just use your imagination for a second. Adam22 making something with somebody who is obviously gay, making some kind of content. So by association, is Adam22 now a bati? Good question.
But I don't think anybody would believe that he was gay.
So back to Jack, you know, like I was saying, I always wondered how this kid was a millionaire, because you look at his YouTube channel, you know, it's not doing well anymore. He's banned from everything that he gets on Kick, Twitch. He gets banned right away for all the stupid shit he does. So how does he get rich? How does he make his money? You guys remember the conversation when he was with Wes Watson, the biggest piece of shit, or maybe he's not. Let me know in the comments. Wes asked him, he said, listen, are you making money by pimping these sharmutas? And he said, yes.
What do you even do on OnlyFans? You pimp these bitches out?
Sorta, not really.
Yeah, Jack. My man.
Nah.
Dude, I told my chick on the way here, I'm like, dude, some of Jack's chicks make like $1 million a month. She's like, she was gonna come over and suck your. I'm like, you can if you want, but you ain't coming back. I mean, that's a choice. You gotta commit to that one. You're gone if you make that choice late.
So since then, I've always wanted to find out more information about his operation. And now he tells us.
Like, streaming's like my side thing, you know? It's like, I just do it because I really enjoy it. Like, I actually really like streaming.
Who do you think you make the most money off of?
Probably like the agency side of things.
So what's that?
So here's this essentially digital pimp making money off of these young girls who are impressionable, these young girls who haven't fully developed their frontal lobe. That's the excuse everyone likes to use. I'm just saying that. Yes, they are younger, on the younger side, so they're not necessarily going to be the ones making this, or ends up being something that doesn't make them a lot of money, because the average OnlyFans creator makes about $145 a month. So now if you're not making any money from this OnlyFans thing and you're online, and now you decide, I want to stop, I want to get a regular job, do you know that most of the time when people are applying for jobs, they're doing a search of you online, they're searching your name online to see what is associated with you? Because what you're associated with, if the company ends up hiring you, you are also going to be, they're also going to be associated with it, whatever kind of nonsense you have on the internet. So these people aren't thinking any sense of longevity, they're thinking about now, meeting their basic needs of right now. Come on, guys. You got to think bigger than that. You can't just think about survival. Oh, I got to put food in my stomach. How about we start thinking about the long term, 10, 20 years from now, when you want to have kids, when you want to start a family, and then your kids are getting bullied at school because mama's got the fans. Bro.
Consist of, like, how do you get new girls to work with?
Just
DM them.
Just happens. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Meet them.
It's different.
Out and about.
Yeah.
Go to parties, meet girls, ask them if they want to start OnlyFans.
Sometimes just friends with the other girls. Just depends.
But you don't have your girls do actual
shit for fame because he doesn't have any talent. That's his girlfriend now that he simps for 24/7. So if you wonder why Jack and him, they hate each other, right? It's because they share things between each other with the same girlfriend.
Did you used to manage Sam Frank?
Yeah.
Before he was dating her?
Yeah.
I want Sam to be here.
obviously, to, you know, say stuff for herself so it doesn't look like a one-sided thing. And I want Sam to be able to explain herself as well. So, Sam.
Hello, Jack. Honestly, don't hate me.
I broke up with her, if anything, so.
No, this was mutual because...
I broke up with her.
Nah, I said it first, honestly, but he was just like, okay, I agree with you. Like,
and now the story gets interesting. He starts explaining that he met Sam as kids in grammar school, right?
All right, so yeah, break that down. So how did you even discover her?
We grew up together.
Oh,
we
really?
lived like really a minute away from each other in the same neighborhood. We went to like elementary school together.
Oh,
yeah, so we've known each other forever.
And then they went to high school together. He moves her in. They start dating. He tells her he loves her.
all right. So you guys,
So this man is using the lover boy method in grooming her since she was, oh my God, dude. And the crazy thing about this, because Jack Doherty's been pressed by other creators and other people, and he always answers this, like, he never finds any sort of reason to not do what he's doing. In a sense, everything that he's doing, he's able to justify it by, I'm just getting money, man. I'm just out here getting bread. I'm just out here. So essentially, if you really look at it, the man is a slave to money. He will do anything for the bag. He will sell his integrity for the bag. He has no sense of reason as to why he's doing what he's doing. Everything that he's doing is to project this idea of having something. A lot of people like this, like the Jack Dohertys and I guess even the Adam 22s, it's all a sense of people who they were before. Who were they before? Were they getting girls before? Were they people that were in, I guess, people that were in social situations before? At least Adam 22 was somebody who was a BMX or someone in the skate world. So at least he has some sort of something that had a social life around it. But someone like Jack Doherty, who's an 8-year-old on YouTube making prank videos, it's like, that's not necessarily a thing where like girls are like, hey man, I want to date the guy who makes videos on YouTube. So all these things, you're almost like they're trying to fill this void by surrounding themselves with degeneracy. There's the gambling, there's the having the girls on the fans, which isn't necessarily a good thing. That's not good. Because they're destroying these girls' lives to put money in their own pocket. And when this girl's life is destroyed, it's not like he's going to come back around and fix the whole situation. He's not going to care. He's not going to care at all. These people have no sense of integrity and no sense of morality to what they're doing. Their ethics system is completely zero.
elementary friends grew up together and shit. So then you started bringing her around and like, hey, I can manage and help your career out. Like, how did that? Or it was just a friendship?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was like super into YouTube, and you know, when I was like 15, 16, we were like making videos together and stuff, and that's how like she kind of like became like a character in my channel.
And then he got a bright idea. He goes and uses his social media fame to make her famous on Instagram.
I moved to LA like 6 months after like she moved in, and then from there we just like I grew her social media accounts, and then yeah.
And then, even a brighter idea, he influences her and tells her, you know, let's start an OnlyFans. We can be millionaires, right? So that's what he does. She starts an OnlyFans. She makes him hundreds of thousands of dollars. They end up breaking up, and he's still collecting money because she signed a contract. And then after how he saw it worked with Sam, you know, that recipe, he said, I need more, you know, I need more money. So I need to find more sharmutas. So one by one, he started gathering a bunch of girls and started grooming a whole army of sharmutas. He blew up their social media. He started them in OnlyFans. He made them sign a contract, and he made millions more. And then he has a new girlfriend, which they just broke up. Some of you may know or you may not know, right? What did he do with her? The same as he did with Sam and all the other sharmutas. He moved her in. He built her social media, her Instagram following, started an OnlyFans with her, did things on those OnlyFans with her so his fans can watch. I don't understand why till now why anyone wants to watch that shit. She signed a contract, but now they're broken up, and he's still collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, I always say, you know, I've spoke about this before, that money isn't everything in life. Yeah, it makes life easier, right?
Person that when there is a medical bill to pay, you're the one who can actually pay the bill to save the family. Are you able? There has to be a bigger reason for what you're doing these things for. And if we have to look at the slight positive in what Jack Doherty is doing, and I mean a sliver of positivity, is that he understands the sense of building some, like getting this girl, building up her social medias, and then funneling it to a system which is being able to monetize it and having solid contracts in place, which enables him to, even if the girl leaves, he can still make money off the system. Okay, we get it. That's the sliver of positivity, is that he's able to build assets that allow him to make money. But now, take this entire system that you have for building assets and do it for something that's a little bit more positive for the community. Because the content that he's creating is detrimental to the youth. detrimental to their mindset, detrimental to their positivity, detrimental to their motivation and self-esteem. This is not somebody who's helping the community. This is somebody who is actually destroying the community faster than you can blink.
It's not going to make you happy. And with these two pieces of shit, which I didn't even get into that much with Adam 22, but Adam 22 and Jack Doherty, these two people will literally do anything for money. I mean, Jack, look what he says here. You guys know the Highland boys, those sick brothers that, you know, they do things. I got to be careful with how I say it over here. Well, he managed them, and they had OnlyFans, and he did things on there with them. And he's sitting there bragging with Adam 22 about how much money he made, and he's proud of it.
So she said that that you made out with the Island Boys. Was she just lying?
Who?
McKinley.
No, I kissed him.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Like,
come on, it's not that gay. Like,
but did you get anything out of it?
Yes, bro. Are you kidding me? I made fucking millions of dollars off that shit. Like, we all did. Like, it was insane. Like,
See what I'm talking about, bro? No sense of integrity, dog. No sense of integrity.
It's on video.
yes. And I was getting a percentage off them at the time too, which was like a couple $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
And then fucking what I was making off it too was just like stupid. It was just like retarded fucking money at the time. Like as gay as it was, like fuck.
Twitch,
that gay
dog.
money was good. Like fuck. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking crazy. You said that fucking game one was good.
Making money off.
Yeah, it was lit.
Respect.
Bro, I was just off my cut. I was like, holy shit, like this is lit. And then fuck, they got banned. I'm like, god damn it.
I would have done it. I would have signed up.
No. You guys, come on, man. This is absolutely brain rot. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna have to. This is so stupid. Like, this is clearly somebody who has no sense of self-worth for anything that he's doing, dude. This is a zero. This is a loser, bro. A straight up loser right in our midst, in front of our eyes. We are seeing it in real time. Jack Doherty is a nobody. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. I think I just got kicked off Twitch, bro. But that's all right. It's okay. Y'all niggas stop my Twitch stream? Why? Y'all niggas cut off my Twitch stream? What's that about, bro? Oh, bro? Oh, bro? Hold up. Y'all niggas very not cut off my Twitch stream. Hold up. How y'all niggas do this to me all the time? Cut off my Twitch stream. Hold up. How y'all niggas do this to me all the time? Cut off my Twitch stream. Hold up. How y'all niggas do this to me all the time? Cut off my Twitch stream. Hold up. How y'all niggas do this to me all the time? Cut off my Twitch stream. Hold up. How y'all niggas do this to me all the time? Cut off my Twitch stream. Hold up. Okay, well, apparently we're still live on Twitch. I just can't see. Well, apparently we're still live on Twitch. Okay, great. Y'all niggas are still live on Twitch. That's nice. Okay, great. Y'all niggas are still live on Twitch. That's nice. Okay, great. Y'all niggas are still live on Twitch. That's nice. Okay, all right. They didn't kick us off. We're still on. We're still twitching, guys. Whatever that means. If that has any sense of merit, we're still twitching. All right, let's get into the next video here, gang. I wanted to do this one, but I don't think it has any merit for what we're trying to do. So let's do this one. Let's get into it.
And a very popular social media model by the name of Simone Christensen has added fuel to the fire. She appeared on Mr. Organic's podcast, and she said something very interesting when it came to black women.
What is the problem with the white woman and the black woman? What is that about?
I mean, I love them. I don't know why they hate me so much.
Yeah.
They hate me.
What do you think it is they hate?
I think they think that I am trying to be look like them.
Okay.
That's not what they hate, bro. I can tell you exactly what the black shorties hate when it comes to this shorty, bro. It's you're taking away the members of the community. You're taking away the members of the community. You bring them onto your side, onto the white side, the side with brighter lights and clean force and cut grass, jamba juice. You're bringing us over there. And you know what? It's not a problem because a lot of sisters are very brash, masculine. They don't listen. They're very argumentative. And so the white shorties, they have the same sort of, I guess, physique and assets as the sisters. So why not go with a counterpart who actually listens to the things you're going to say and is submissive? This is all about submission. All right. The sisters don't want to submit to a strong black man. You got to be a quadruple alpha Chad mega superstar. We ain't got time for that.
See,
I just
you
said it. Go
scared
ahead.
me.
I like it. Come on.
I think that they think that I want to look like them and try to be like, because of my body type and stuff like that. I have just genetically a different proportion than the average white girl. Can't fault me for that. And then I be putting in every single day at the gym. I'll be going crazy for my body goals.
So as you can see, she says, well, she doesn't look like the stereotypical white woman. And this is true because she doesn't. I mean, at least she doesn't look like the historic white woman. Now, this lady is from Denmark, and I want to talk about when I was coming up. White women looked like more or less like Vanna White, the old host from Wheel of Fortune. She might have been attractive, but the booty and being thick, it really wasn't popularized. That wasn't something that black men looked at white women for. Not to say that black men and white women didn't date at that time, but white women didn't really have booty, and if they did, they were not really appreciated in their own community. So that was something that was not common. But today, almost every community likes booty, right? Black women popularized it, and then these other races of women have made it more famous. So the look has went from looking like Vanna White to what you're seeing right now in the present day, where a white IG model can have a black build and literally build her career, very similar to Kim Kardashian or even a mulatto model like Amber Rose. But
the thing I was going to say about this was that, yeah, growing up in the 90s, there wasn't really, like, being bodacious was not really a thing for white women especially. It was more of a black figure. But here's the thing in question. I think there has to have always been white girls were a little bit more voluptuous, right? This has always had to have been a thing. But I think in terms of the public perception and where our mind is at, when you're looking at a white girl, you're thinking more like someone like, what is it? I guess, who's that girl? Pamela Anderson, right? The physique of Pamela Anderson. That is more on the public eye and what the public wants. But once the entire perception changed over to this more bubbly shape, I think the focus became on that. But I don't think the bubbly girls have just popped out of nowhere. I think they've always been there. But I guess it's just our focus changed to let's focus on girls that look like this as opposed to girls look like Pamela Anderson. I think it's just a case of focus. We're not going to go to say that the white girls that were bubbly figures just sprouted out of nowhere. They weren't manufactured in a lab and then planted like some sort of industry plant. They've always been there.
But the next part is this.
I do feel like sometimes they'd be mad at me because A, I like black men.
Yeah.
So they think I'm overstepping. B, I have the same physique as some of them.
Okay.
So now I'm definitely
That ass is
overstepping.
assing, you hear me?
And I do like the black culture. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to be black, but I do listen to
love our culture.
certain
Yeah,
rappers and hip hop.
Is there a guy that's trying to slide?
And like certain movies and stuff like that. But that's not me trying to be like somebody.
You eat
else. That's
fried
just
chicken
me.
and watermelon too?
So the first part, she talked about, I have booty and I actually work out every day. In other words, I don't think that black women work out enough. But then in this part, she says, black men really like me. And, like, I like their culture. I like their music. And this is a point of discussion because in the past, a black man, if he were to see a woman like this and had the opportunity, if he were to talk to her, it's not that he doesn't like black women. It's like she looks like a black woman in many aspects with just different features, which would make her exotic. So somebody like Simone Christensen appeals to not only black men who like black women, but even black men who dislike black.
Listen, as somebody who is a snow bunny connoisseur, I have to say this, and I'm not like, take it as you will, but I love my white bitches, bro. That is out here. Let's not even talk about it. I'm not even gonna front and pretend. No, okay. I'll go from mulatto, Spanish shorties, Arab shorties, that color tone to a nice white Becky. That's my color preferences. Sue me, hate me, take this out of context, clip it, use it against me forever. I don't care, dude. I really couldn't give a fuck. This is what I like. A nigga likes what he likes, okay? I'm a snow bunny connoisseur, bro.
Black women. And this is where somebody like her wins. You see, she's from Denmark and living out in Miami. So if you were to see her in Denmark, with the taste that men in Denmark have, it probably wouldn't be the case that she would be able to be accepted there, right? But a woman like her can come into the black community or come into black Miami, and then all these ballers want to talk to her because she's white with blonde hair.
Oh, Lord. Lord, have mercy on my soul.
Here, and she has a black girl's body. So when you look at black women, it's easy for somebody to assume that black women are jealous of her just because she's white with a big butt, right? There is a TikToker by the name of Seti Manata who basically explained some of the reasons why black women are perceived to be jealous or envious of white women.
We're still one of the most disrespected, neglected, and forgotten racial groups as well. This is to the extent that when we talk about women's problems,
But don't play the victim now, shawty. Don't play the victim. Don't act like your shit don't stink. Don't act as if you're doing things that are quote unquote acceptable. Don't. Because if they were doing things that were acceptable, none of them would complain, bro. None of them would complain. But as the Bible verse says, forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do. A lot of things that are portrayed to the black media and to the black people, in a sense, is always things that are, I guess, derogatory and degenerate. All right? There's no female pop stars out here twerking on stage to manifest their entire career. Yeah, you have the things that we are consuming in the media for our culture, and then these black women will be more respected. I'm just saying.
Problems. We have to stop and be like, okay, now let's talk about black women's problems. Because more often than not, women's problems neglect the problems that are unique to black women. Which is why we have stuff like misogyny and then misogynoir. Because racism plays a good part, and because these white women who face issues with misogyny will become misogynist towards black women. And now we have misogynoir.
Now, in this...
First of all, the male hatred of women is called misogyny. The female hatred of men is called misandry. All right, let's just put that out there. She had no idea what she was talking about. She made this TikTok without having the proper terminology, and this is the problem with TikTok. Y'all out here are spreading misinformation at the speed of California wildfires. Relax!
Being slighted by those same white women. And then, as this young lady has said, white women will start being misogynist towards black women, and she used a term to express that, which is called misogynoir. But then also, what else?
And with that being said, I've seen black women in person who've talked about how they wish they were white. And God, not because white people are better, just because they're so tired of living under these social understandings of what it means to be a black woman. They're so tired of being strong. They're so tired of being misrepresented.
Yeah, but you don't have to live in this idea of victimhood. You don't have to live in this idea of being a victim. Stop being the victim and start taking accountability for things that you can control. Of course, you can't control what somebody says to you, but you can control it or mediate it, in a sense, by how you comport yourself, how you behave, and how you move around in society. So as a culture, we need to stop playing the victim. You know what? There's a funny thing. Sometimes I forget I'm even black. I forget I'm black until somebody does something to me that reminds me that, oh yeah, I am of that complexion. Because I forget, because I don't walk around with these institutionalized ideas of quote unquote racism, or these ideas of, oh, I need to behave like this or I need to do that. No, I just walk around being me, and I completely forget it. I become oblivious to the whole thing.
Just tired. They want peace. And so they're smiling in my face saying these words like, you know, white women have it easy, but there's a lot of weight and there's a lot of remorse and sorrow behind those words.
So she says here's something very interesting. She says that a lot of black women would want to be white for these different reasons, not because of the skin, but because of all of the hassle and all of the unfair treatment that black women may face in society in comparisons to white women. Now, black men could say some of the same things when it comes to black men and white men, but at this point, to me, I believe it's strongly valid. Now, why it may be the case that this particular young lady is getting black men's attention, there is some tensions that are undergirded in racism and unfair treatment with white women and black women that already kind of create the divide there. And it's just more than just, oh, the fact that they're taking black men. But there is another element to this, and that is we do have black men who perceive that white women are better. In the case of this guy, he is going...
I have to agree with that, man. You know, as a bona fide nigga, man, these white shorties, bro, they just be doing it for a nigga, you know what I mean?
To describe black women in a very pejorative manner.
They are consistently stirring up drama, confusion, even death, you know?
Whoa.
On the other hand, you got white women.
I never seen that.
White women the majority of white women always seem to be well off.
But then watch how he talks favorably about white women.
They're hearing all type of deals. They're, they know how to act like a lady. They know how to shine with the person that they came there with. Most 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come somewhere and, this is a money meeting. The money is more important. White women would stay on track.
Now, we got to be honest. There are some black men out there who believe that white women are just more feminine. If I got a white woman and that has yams or booty or even younger, that this was going to be the case. But unfortunately, as we know, it's not the case. Not all the time. There's some times where you might, be correct, and sometimes you won't be. But I'm going to give my honest assessment. I can see how a white woman like this is going to get a lot of black men's attention. I mean, when you look at her, she is very good looking. You can look at her and say that, she do got body. She likes exclusively black men. And I'm going to be honest, if you're the average black woman, you know, that is competing against somebody like her with black men, it probably is going to be difficult if a black man is open to dealing with white women. All right. Because she does have booty. She does work out. Like I said, she's going to 9 times out of 10 even flip dudes that typically would only deal with black women to white women. Right. And then here's the other part. The kind of black men that she is going to be able to attract are probably the black men that black women want or cannot get. When you talk about like high wealth, you know, individuals or guys that are in the NFL, guys who are, like I said, you know, maybe black women consider very good looking or all of that. This white woman is right there in line to compete for some of these guys. And I can see why, especially athletes, because she's athletic. She is white. And, you know, you do have those black men out there who don't care about nothing but white and being light skinned. So the reality is that for black women, these other groups of women are going to come into your community and they're going to compete for you, for your men, especially on Instagram. Now, there is a black economy, guys, on social media that you can get brand deals. I mean, look at Fashion Nova. It's just not black women who buy Fashion Nova. It's everybody. So, you know, these white women know if they come to Miami, they can get in the black sector and make money in the IG model sector. There's money and there's black men that spend money. And this is what you're going to continue to see. White women who are going to look at black men that have money and they're going to come in.
There's also a point of contention here. The point of contention may